I mean, I'm so curious about this hairpiece thing. First of all, I love this mask with this like permanent frown on it, and just his sad boy eyes peeking through, and he can't express with his mouth. Excellent mask work. Um, and I'm assuming is this hair connected to the mask? Is that what's happening? Because I really love this hair too. This is some this is some classic black Afrofuturist, but also nostalgic nerd hair, and I'm very here for the hair. I'm so scared for his feet because he's running on the road barefoot. I'm just scared that there's like little pieces of glass or pebbles or something that are going to cut the bottoms of his feet up. I'm very concerned for his feet. That was amazing. I feel like I'm going to need to watch that video again when my mind is calmed down from OBS farts and I'm not my faculties aren't so split. But that was cool. I love the man's work. I'm excited for this album, which I feel like is coming soon. I love his musical indulgences. I love that he's not. I am Nutter. Thanks for the submarine. I love that he is not satisfied with just like the banger part of the beat. He wants to make it more expressive and more melodic at some point. So he adds layers and layers of minor chords and 11ths and 13ths and fun musical stuff, because that's the stuff I can really sink my teeth into. That is the stuff I can really sink my teeth into. And this is a very Eraserhead look. This is a very Eraserhead look, especially here on the cover of the album here. This looks very Eraserhead, very David Lynch, with the desaturation and the haircut as well. But yes, this is very cool. I'm very interested. I think I like the other song better, for whatever that's worth. But this is all shaping up to be a very exciting release. I'm hearing a bunch of, well, actually, I'm not hearing a bunch of. So I'm like fully immersed in the YouTube rap commentary world now, and so I see a lot of like thumbnails and a lot of headlines, some of which I click and some I don't. But the chatter around Tyler's new release is, it looks like it's shaping up to be a conversation about whether or not Tyler fits in with the big three, and that's the big three as positioned by J. Cole and Drake in first person shooters, and what Kendrick raged against when he started shooting word bullets at people all year long. And looks like there's a conversation unfolding about whether or not Tyler belongs in that conversation. I think the entire conversation is a little unnecessary. The only way that anyone would be able to like realistically address any of that is if they start like counting streams and counting sales and pocket watching and all of that mess, which in which when you start doing that, most of the logic around these positions fall apart anyway, because everyone sort of universally agrees that Kendrick is the biggest rapper right now, but in most metrics, Drake still gets more streams, even though he's no longer charting as much. But how much the chart positions really matter? Like, there's a lot of interesting little lanes to go down and things to dig into when thinking and talking about this stuff. I think Tyler is like a singular sort of musician and creative force that sort of bends the idea of rapper to begin with, which, you know, for me, I'm all for. Like, that's part of my foundational intent as an artist, is to open up the idea of what the genre can be. And so I'm in support of him based on that alone. You know, one thing I would say too, as somebody who in many ways shares that intention of trying to open up the ideas of what the genre can be and trying to adjust the expectations of what can be made in the genre. I'm always really happy, one, that he gets very large budgets to create. I think that's very important. And two, that just like I said, he seems dissatisfied in just having a banger beat. He wants to add musicianship and melody and and all of this expression to the music. He does the same thing with the visuals. He tends to have an idea and use the resources at his command to push the idea as far as it can go. And I think ultimately that creates the intended result of expanding what the genre can be, expanding the expectations of what the genre can be. I think in that way it's so important. And I'm very here for what he does typically. I can say that, like, I haven't heard all his albums. And I think, in the coming days, that'll be a treat for me, actually, is to go back and listen to all this stuff. Because I've been more into him as an idea than actually sitting and listening to a lot of the music. Because I as I've stated previously, I often don't feel compelled to stay hip to what's coming out. But I do very much support what I believe that he's trying to do. I very much support the idea of what I believe that he's trying to do, and I'm looking forward to hearing this record. I'm very looking forward to checking out this album, which comes out next Monday. Chromacopia. All right. I think he's building on so much that came before, from Kanye to Lil Wayne to Pharrell, a little bit of Eminem, slight bit of Eminem. But, it's old Eminem is what I'm thinking of. Yeah, Monday release. He's releasing on a Monday, which I'm all for it, too, because when I first came into this biz, releases were on Tuesday, and it felt like when you released on Tuesday, you had time to, like, you're promoting the record, and everyone's having a chance to listen throughout the week. When stuff dropping on Friday, you you promote all week before people can actually engage with it, and then like everybody's just off on their own shit all weekend. So like it's just much more difficult to gauge the impact of how your music is connecting when it's coming out like on the weekend. I prefer when we had a little bit more runway of things coming out during the week. And because of Tyler choosing to make this decision to drop on Monday, I've had more discussions with people and learned that, like, a lot of people, I think maybe myself included, like I can choose to put my stuff out on different days. I don't think I knew that. Once I heard the industry was changing over to Friday, and I think I was still on the label, I was still on Mellow Music Group when that happened, so I didn't have any say in when things came out then. But I thought that was sort of an immovable thing. I knew that you could drop singles on other days. I didn't know that you could drop albums on other days. So that's another reason that I'm looking forward to this album. It's another reason that I'm excited that it is about to exist, because that's another aspect that I think that he is opening up the possibilities of things. Opening up the possibilities of things. All right. So that's Tyler. That's Noid. Like and subscribe, homie, friend. It's free. Stop playing.